A New York City Mafia captain who went from mob killer to epic fink before disappearing with his family into witness protection has popped up once again. In yet another new life, Richard Cantarella has had a few lives. One as a powerful mobster, another as a rat. One in witness protection, another on reality TV. And today he is president of an American-Italian club in suburban Arizona, running bingo, bocce, dancing, and charity rummage sales. All of it without shedding any of his mobster vibes. The mob reporter here with the strange evolution of Richard Cantarella, once nicknamed Shellackhead, although apparently never to his face, who was one of the most important cooperating witnesses against the notorious 5 families of the New York Mafia. Let me tell you about it. Meet Richard Cantarella, the mafia member, capo, and killer with the Bonanno crime family. And meet Richard Cantarella, the former star of a schlocky reality TV show that was quickly cancelled.
I'm watching you on the camera. You threw the plastic bottle in the wrong barrel. It belongs in the blue barrel. Why would you want to throw it in the green barrel? Aren't you concerned about the environment?
An interesting story was published recently in the Arizona Republic newspaper and online at azcentral.com. Reporter Joseph Duhownik sat down with Cantarella and his family in the social club where he finally gets to be the boss. The story was accompanied by these great photos. To his credit, Cantarella doesn't hide who he is. Everyone makes an excuse why they cooperated, Cantarella said. I have no excuse. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in jail. Duhownik's article took me back. I've reported on Cantarella's mobster past and his star turn as government witness over the years. When he became a rat in 2002, I was struck by the irony. All of the victims in Cantarella's mob murders were for men revealing mob secrets. And yet there he was, talking up a storm with the FBI and federal prosecutors. Cantarella went on to testify on the stand against 2 bosses of the Bonanno family, Joe Massino and Massino's replacement, Vincent Bassiano, known as Vinnie Gorgeous. Prosecutors said that in total, the Cantarella family ratted on more than 30 mobsters from all 5 of the New York Mafia families and 1 from New Jersey. They helped secure 24 convictions. Cantarella told the feds about the demise of mobsters who introduced Donnie Brasco into the Bonanno family. That's a man they thought was a clever gangster, but was really undercover FBI agent Joe Pistone. That's the story told in the mob movie Donnie Brasco, starring Al Pacino and Johnny Depp. You'll recall them recreating 2 strong characters, as seen here.
Now, if I said instead, this is a friend of ours, that would mean you were a made guy. A capiche?
Cantarella was a part of the real-life world that movie depicts. Some of the mobsters who brought Brasco into the family were killed for it. One of them was Anthony Mira in 1982. Cantarella drove the getaway car.
There was a rat in Florida, Donnie.
You know what to do when you find that rat, right, left?
A year later, Cantarella feared his friend and business partner, Enrico Mazzio, a corrupt city official, might talk to the FBI, so Cantarella shot him twice in the head. Cantarella told Duhownik that Mazzio was the only one of his victims he truly regrets killing. His 3rd hit was in 1992, the shooting of Robert Perino. Perino was a mafia associate who was superintendent of deliveries at the New York Post. That's right, the tabloid newspaper splashing mob business across its front page had a delivery department in the hands of the mob. As long as they make a buck, they didn't seem to care. Richard Cantarella became a made man in the Bonanno family in the early 1990s, when the family's boss, Joe Massino, was in prison. Cantarella's uncle Al, a Bonanno captain, didn't want his nephew inducted into the family. Cantarella was later caught on a wiretap recounting how he joined the mafia. Quote, "The guy who did it was Joe," he told a mob buddy. "He was in jail. Joe sent word. He said, 'I want justification why Al was holding Richie back, because someone sent a whisper in Joe's ear,' Cantarella said. Having the boss's support put him in a good place. Cantarella's father was in the union, and Cantarella was too. He got a job as a unionized newspaper delivery driver at the age of 19. as the FBI started cracking down on the mob's infiltration of the union at the post, Perino started carrying a prayer card in his shirt pocket. That made the mobsters nervous, and after a hidden microphone was found at Perino's office, Cantarella helped whack him. Joe Massino assigned Cantarella to collect the family's 10% tax from each of the captains who ran video poker machines. It looks like Massino was grooming Cantarella to be his next underboss. He never got that chance. The rug was pulled out from him in 2002. When Cantarella was arrested that year, facing life in prison, the FBI also indicted his wife, who was a front for some of his crooked businesses, and his son, Paul, who was also a mafia member. It became another family affair. Mom, Pop, and son, 3 for 1. Inside the Bonanno family, it was like dominoes falling. Cantarella's testimony pushed other mobsters to flip. The Bonanno family suffered an embarrassing parade of rats. Eventually, even the underboss and the boss became informants. Cantarella finished his 5 years of prison time in Arizona, where his son and family had relocated. They tried to disappear for a bit. They ran a couple of car washes in Phoenix and Scottsdale. Then they had a bizarre coming out party, a reality TV show.
My father's role, well, he's the chief.
He's like the head honcho. He's my king.
I'm the boss of the family.
Called Unprotected, it was pitched as a docu-comedy of the wacky life of a mob family from New York, leaving witness protection and adjusting to new life in the suburbs.
I'll take that dog and tie him to my bumper and I'll drag him.
It was released by Oxygen in 2017. Let's just say it wasn't a hit. While it was billed as reality TV, Cantarella said that too was really a sham. He told Duhownik the family told producers stories from their past and then reenacted the ones the producers liked. After 7 episodes and poor reviews, it was dropped and then deleted from Oxygen's website. Cantarella then remade himself again. The Arizona American-Italian Club has been around for 65 years. Although the Arizona newspaper recently brought Cantarella back into the public's eye, his involvement with the club wasn't really a secret. It's just that nobody thought to look. According to the club's regular newsletter, Cantarella's been around for a few years. He's been in charge of the club's decorations, property maintenance, and as kitchen manager. He became the club's treasurer in 2018 before he was picked by the nominating committee to serve as president in November 2020. Cantarella's tenure as boss started under a COVID cloud. Here's Cantarella promoting the club in a video published on social media by a local city councilor.
Hi everyone, my name is Richard Cantarella. I am the current president of the American Italian Club in Phoenix, Arizona. You don't have to be Italian to be a member. We welcome anybody to come and be a member. And let me turn over to you everything that has to be said to my vice president.
Cantarella's involvement there concerned the Arizona Liquor Authority, according to Duhownik. Some members don't trust him either, Cantarella said, but he insists he has, quote, nothing illegitimate going on, unquote. He told Duhownik, the club has been very good to me. This became my life. The Arizona American-Italian Club celebrates Italian language, cars, music, movies, and old pastimes, such as bocce ball and food. The food does look really good. Cantarella, though, he says that's all fine, but he just wants to run a hopping joint. He wants people through the door and butts and seats. He even runs drag queen bingo night. Like a good mobster, he said, quote, everybody's money is green. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.
Aren't you concerned about the environment? Put it in the right barrel. I'm going to stick it up in your ass.